happiness hit her like a train on a track.
What do I think about the treatment of my employees? I think I treat my workers with absolute respect and with good intentions. Starting in 1914, I increased my wages to $5 per day. Did anyone else do that? No. I am proud to be credited with improving the lives of my workers and enabling them to live well. My philosophy is that my workers should be able to afford the products that they are working so hard at making. My workers are the best, and the best are always extremely efficient. My move proved to be extremely profitable. Instead of constant turnover of employees, the best mechanics in Detroit came to me, bringing their human capital and expertise, raising productivity, and lowering training costs.
I agree with my good friend Henry Ford. We changed America by improving efficiency. Although I am no mogul, being the successful inventor of the light bulb and phonograph, I still rapidly improved the economy due to the laissez-faire economic system in place.
The treatment of employees? Why, it's simply outrageous. The workers, who put seemingly endless hours into their jobs, are paid so little and their conditions are completely miserable, while their bosses are living frivolously.
The treatment of employees? Well, I got to say, we aren't treated too badly. Of course it could be better. But I got a neighbor right next door. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and that's when I see him get home. See, he works for Carnegie in one of his companies. His conditions are much worse. I can't say how much he's paid, but I'm certain it's less than me. And his wife, too. Oh, his poor wife. She just passed away from tuberculosis. Got the disease from working in the factory, I suppose. How has my work revolutionized America? Although I did not invent the automobile, I developed and manufactured the first automobile that a wide range of Americans can purchase and enjoy, completely revolutionize American society and transportation. There's nothing else like the Model T. My intense commitment to systematically lowering costs resulted in many technical and business innovations, including a franchise system that put dealerships throughout most of North America and in major cities on 6 continents. Frequent saloons? Me? On occasion. The funny thing about saloons is that there are so many of them, maybe more than the number of meat markets. They are very important to us workers, what with the free toilets, water for horses, even free lunches, the salty foods they give out. Yet they always tend to make me thirsty and ready to drink more. Anyway, sometimes we even gather there for union meetings. What do I think about the formation of unions and strikes? I am firmly against unions and strikes. I think that they are too heavily influenced by some leaders whom, despite their ostensibly good motives, will end up doing more harm than good for workers. Most of these unions aim to restrict productivity as a means to foster employment, but I see this motive as self-defeating, because productivity is necessary for any economic prosperity to exist. However, I fully understand workers' rights and did increase their salaries and lowered work hours, but I will never support their unions. I always try to stall union activity. For instance, I promoted Henry Bennett, a former Navy boxer, to head the service department. Bennett employed various intimidation tactics to squash union organizing. My purpose in putting Bennett in charge was to make sure no agreements were ever reached, but that does not mean I treat my workers unfairly.
I believe that the formations of unions is completely necessary to fight for the rights of workers. As for the strikes, I can remember exactly when the Pullman strike occurred. I had just given a talk at the university in Wisconsin, and then I was visited by my sister. The strike ended quickly and was painful for the workers. I wrote a piece of literature called A Modern Lear to demonstrate how George Pullman, the company leader, was so disconnected from his workers. Although such strikes can be painful and sometimes do not end well for the workers, it's important for the world to see the danger of capitalism. And such economic barriers as our current ones will actually isolate people from one another.
Not to brag, I've proved myself as not only a skilled businessman, but a fair one as well. In 1914, I sponsored the development of the moving assembly line technique. This mass production technique paid my workers well, but increased production.
I'm so proud of my husband, Henry Ford. As Henry's company and his fame grew over the years, I traveled with him to manufacturing facilities around the world. I support every job he's been offered and cannot be more proud of all he's done to revolutionize his product. My husband has created a product that many Americans enjoy and can build off of. I can't wait to see how successful the Model T will become and hopefully how many will follow in his tremendous footsteps.
Only regarding the current economic situation. The man who, in reality, run the economy, Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, John Rockefeller, they run more than just the economy. It has affected the social atmosphere, the government, and the government is using a very laissez-faire, lax approach to the economy. To be truthful, I do very little in regards to the businesses. Instead, I, along with many other senators, embrace the philosophy that the economic elite should be allowed to purchase its endeavors with minimal government interference.
Who let the dogs out?